Hi, and welcome to Remodeling Berks. I'm your host, Lloyd Long, certified kitchen designer and operator of L Designs LLC. I'd like to thank you for joining me today. Our program this evening, we're going to talk about creating outdoor living spaces. And my guest tonight is Matthew Breyer, who is the president of Breyer Construction and Landscaping. Matt, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me on.
All right, well, Matt, just tell me a little bit about yourself and your background.
All right. Started out building at a young age. I was always drawn towards tools, creating things. I enjoy starting with nothing, and when I leave a project, there's something finished. That passion for building led me in 2001 to form our own company, Breyer Construction Landscape, and with that company, we interact with homeowners and help. It's primarily a residential remodeling company with an emphasis on designing and building custom decks. It gives me the opportunity to meet with folks on a daily basis to find out what's the problem area, what's the frustration, and see if there's something we can do to create something to satisfy those needs. I get the personal satisfaction out of that day-to-day interaction.
And we enjoy doing it too, so
absolutely.
What more can you ask for?
You gotta enjoy your work.
Exactly. So you told me a little bit about yourself. Now tell me a little bit more about Breyer Construction and Landscaping. Just tell me about the products and services that you offer.
Certainly. Well, we're a residential remodeling company. The emphasis is on designing and building custom decks. We don't work with a lot of big builders. We don't just go through creating those small 10 by 10s that you see behind row houses. Instead, what we focus on is the design process. Rather than here's the product, take it or leave it, we come at it from a design approach just to talk through features, benefits, how the customer is looking to use this outdoor space. Not everyone cares about what's outside. Some people, what's inside the house is important to them. But for others, the outside environment is crucial, and it's why they bought the house. Maybe it's the space so the kids can run around, or they can have family over. Maybe it's a majestic view, and they want to be able to relax back there, and that's what's important to them. So rather than just coming at it as do you want a 10 by 10 or a 10 by 20 type approach, we'll come at it from what's important to you, and then try and create a design that will augment what they're looking to accomplish, and then we'll work through the budget and product selection and see if there's a fit and a way that we can help them out.
Matt's here to kind of educate us on some of the new materials that are available to get away from this pressure treated that's going to give you a better return on your investment and something that's a lot more durable. So Matt, can you tell us a little bit more about these products here that we have in front of us?
Certainly. With the pressure-treated product, I mean, it is a viable option, and some folks, they want real wood, and that's important to them. Just something to keep into account is it's going to require that maintenance, and there's some disadvantages to it. The splintering is the biggest thing that people recognize. Real wood has fibers in it, and those fibers, you can see that?
Sure.
When you look at a board, you'll see the grain. It's kind of the lines and the streaks that go back and forth. That's the fibers that run through. It's what gives pressure-treated lumber its strength. But unfortunately, that's also what creates the twisting, the warping, and the cracking as the product dries out. It makes a great structural product to give you the strength of a deck. It's just not as nice on the finished surface where your feet are going to hit it, or where your hands down a railing or something like that. To address that, right about 25 years ago, a couple companies started making composite and alternative decking. That's where they took wood fibers, and instead of just raw wood, they started taking the wood fibers and plastic and putting it together. And that's when you end up with a product like this. It's just chopped up pieces of plastic and chopped up pieces of wood. You see it right in there. It's just, you'll see the little bits of fiber. Different products will have different textures on the surface, might have slightly different composition, but basically it's the same thing. It's roughly half wood, half plastic, and most of it's recycled content. It's ideal for a decking product outside because because of the plastic component now, you don't have as much of that rot concern. As well, because it's a manufactured product, it's a homogeneous material. It's the same all the way through. So you don't have that fiber that's going to twist, crack, warp, splinter. It's essentially you put it down and it's done. You don't need to stain it. You don't have to seal it. You shouldn't have any splinters, and it's not going to cause all those nail pops that we're familiar with from years back. Actually, right here we have our traditional composites.
Okay.
That's where you have roughly a 50-50 blend of plastic and wood fibers put together. And this comprises your base end from a cost perspective of the alternative deckings. It's a good quality options, but your trade-off is going to be that the wood fiber that's in it is also the weak link. That wood fiber is going to be more susceptible to any sort of mold and mildew growth, the same that you'd have with regular wood. And it's also what's going to be more likely to accept a stain if you spill red wine on it or ketchup or something, or to bleach out in the sunlight. To address those concerns, manufacturers started putting out all PVC products. It's all cellular plastic. So you have some pros and cons with the cellular plastic where it's all plastic. It's a disadvantage because it's all virgin material. It's not recycled. And it's all barrel of oil, so it's more expensive. However, you've got a nicer finish to it because you don't have that exposed wood fiber. You're not going to have the fading issues. You're not going to have the ability for it to accept stains. And it's going to be a little bit nicer to live with because of that. The disadvantage is it's going to feel and sound a little bit more like plastic. If you walk across a deck that's composite, it's solid underfoot. It's like walking across a hardwood floor. Exactly.
It feels like a piece of wood.
And if you take a piece of plastic, while it's hard to hear it here in the studio, it's got a lighter feel to it. It's roughly about half the weight of the composite products. Great to build with, but it just doesn't feel quite the same underfoot.
So this product being plastic, it's offered in multiple colors.
Correct.
With this product here, I mean, is multiple colors available as well? And
yes, but nowhere near the level that you'll see in the PVCs.
Okay, now if someone's not happy with these colors, can they actually paint this product or apply a stain to it?
Absolutely. That wood fiber part of it is that it's a little bit of an Achilles heel when it comes to the fit and finish of it. Does allow you, if you wanted to, say this gray deck board was just not dark enough, or after 5 years of use it really lightened up, you can really clean it, kind of trying to almost bleach the color out of it. You wouldn't want to leave it that way. Instead, you can apply a good quality stain or seal to it to darken it back up and kind of restore its natural beauty, or perhaps take a generic color and bring it a little bit closer to the siding color, the trim color, or even the color of the furniture.
Okay.
Well, over here we have capped composites.
Capped composites.
That's where you have a beautiful finish on the top, and it's going to look real similar to what you have here on the basic composites. The difference is, here's a basic composite. It's that wood and plastic put together. It gives you some benefits over regular wood, but it has the disadvantages of the spills, the stains, and the fading. To address that, manufacturers have taken that basic composite core and then wrapped it in a really good high-quality shell. It's similar to what you'd see golf balls, the exteriors of golf balls made out of,
okay,
and stadium seating. It's items designed for severe abuse. And they found a way to actually get it to bond to the composite core. So you still have the environmental friendliness of recycled material, but now you have all of the wearability qualities of the PVC.
Looks very similar to real wood. I mean, they have the graining in there. It almost looks like a piece of a quarter-sawn oak to me. I mean, just the way that the graining detail is there, and it's heavy too. It's certainly, I think it's probably the heaviest product that you have here. I think when they initially came out, they did have some mold and mildew issues, and has that been addressed by the manufacturers?
By and large, yes. The big problem was when products were first brought out, they sold them as no maintenance. And I mean, yeah, you didn't have to stain it, you didn't have to seal it. In comparison, it was almost like no maintenance. The problem was, it wasn't self-cleaning. There was maintenance required. There's not a self-cleaning product on the market. It's low maintenance. If you want it clean, you're going to have to wash it. And if you've gotten some mold or mildew or dirt and debris buildup, it's going to require a little more than just hose enough. You might need to use some soap and water to actually really scrub it.
Well, what type of warranties do come with the product? Is there different warranty levels with the products?
There is. With pressure treated, we guarantee it's going to splinter. When you move up to the composites, typically you're going to see anywhere from a 10-year to a 25-year warranty. And that depends on the manufacturer. Different manufacturers are comfortable at different lengths of time with the warranty. One of the things to consider when you're looking at the warranty is not just how long. Is it 10 years, 20 years, lifetime? But who's actually doing the warranty? Is it a company that's been around for a while? Are they serious about what they're doing? But you're going to see really basic quality warranties saying, we guarantee this product is going to be what it is and it's going to last 10, 20, 30 years, whatever the time period. You'll see something very similar when it comes to those PVC products, those plastic products, where they're going to guarantee that, you know, this product's not going to split, it's not going to crack, it's going to stay fairly consistent. When you go up to the capped composite product, that premium end, that's where not only are they going to guarantee that, look, this product, it's going to stay there and it's not going to crack, it's not going to warp or splinter, but they're also going to warrant the actual performance of the product, where they're going to put in technical jargon. We guarantee this isn't going to fade past certain levels, and we guarantee it's not going to accept stains and it's going to hold up. So you've gone from something with essentially no real warranty on regular pressure treated to something where they're actually warranting that this product is going to outlast something real traditional, to something where you actually have a performance warranty. On the base end, we'll use screws. If we're doing a redwood color, or we're doing a gray color or a tan, we're going to use a screw that's color matched. Whether it's a ceramic coated galvanized screw, or it's actually a stainless steel screw. We'll use a screw where it's going to match and it's going to look neat. The initial decking products, when they first came out, they used regular screws, which with this dense product would actually kind of mushroom up and create a kind of a surface blemish. The newer screws have been re-engineered with different types of threading that they'll actually clean it as it cuts down through the product, so it holds it down well. It's been treated so that it's not going to rot or rust or break off or anything. And when it's done, it's going to look nice, neat, and finished. But that's not the only option.
Okay.
It's usually the option we do when we're dealing with a more baseline product, just from a price point. It's quickest and easiest just to put a screw through the surface. When we go up to sometimes in the PVCs and almost always with the capped composites, if you're going to put the best quality product down, you want, and you're paying for a finish, you want it to look as nice as possible. And if you look close, you'll see there's a groove going down through here. That groove allows us to use hidden fasteners. Now there's a variety of hidden fasteners on the market. Some are better than others. But a hidden fastener essentially means that we might have a few screws up by the house, and we might use a few screws out on the stairs or in some components where we have to. But across the surface of the deck, you're not going to see the screws. They're hidden down in this little groove, out of sight and out of any way of ever coming up or creating a tripping hazard or anything like that.
So really before and another after. That's a nice little...
The gazebo built in?
The gazebo in there, yes.
Nice
very
little
nice.
touch.
Very nice. All right. Well, Matt, you do some very lovely work.
Thank you.
And thank you for taking time from your schedule to come out here and educate us on deck products.
My pleasure.
Thanks.